Hey guys, what is up? We have got a really cool story for you today, and this is something that people ask us all the time because it's very unique, right?
Yep.
So I guess we got to rewind to 2005.
Yes.
So taking it back. This is the story of how we met and how we made a long distance relationship work and how we got here today. And we're going to spread this over a bunch of different episodes, and
Because it's long.
because it is long. It's like what? When was 2005? Like 14 years ago? I don't know. Can't count.
Yeah, that's right.
So a long time, and yeah, we get asked this all the time. So let's rewind to 2005, and I was living in England.
And I was living actually here in Huntsville. Not in this house, but here. And
Not far from here though.
yeah, actually.
A couple of streets over.
And I was attending Sam Houston State. I was in my fourth year?
I was a college dropout because I was, and
you turned me into one.
and I turned you into one. So the interesting
Just
part
kidding.
is like how we met, because we met on the internet.
Yeah, how does someone in England meet someone here in Texas? Well,
Yeah, without like them being on vacation and you like meeting them in a physical place like a bar or a swimming pool at a Lanzarote hotel or something stupid like that.
right.
know?
Anyway, so it was online, obviously, in a community.
You know, like back in the day when all those communities were on like forums and chat servers and things like that.
Yeah, this was before what is that, Tinder and one of those other things?
Yeah.
Dating sites?
But this wasn't a dating site.
No. I'm just
can't- you
saying. No,
can't go.
I'm just saying. It was before all of them. They didn't have them, so you
That's
couldn't
right.
really go. Well, maybe they did. I don't know about them, but you couldn't go on and ooh, I need a date. This was in like a community with tons of people in it.
Yeah, and that's not how it happened either. It wasn't like we were both on that community looking for a date.
No.
No, I'm just stressing that because you made all these references to these dating sites, and it's like you're setting a bit of a negative image, not a positive one.
Oh,
there.
sorry.
Not that. Okay, we're just going to stop there because they're treading in dangerous waters talking about this. So yeah, online community, that's basically all it was. A bunch of people who had a varied amount of interests and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like, just everything, and just a community basically. And they had a voice chat server that we would go on and just talk to people.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of people would pile into this channel,
and they were from all over the world, everywhere, like everywhere, and they would all just pile into this voice chat server and talk and get to know each other, and that's how we met. And what was funny was you had dial-up.
I did have dial-up. Oh my gosh. So when I would speak on this voice server, whatever I would say would come through like 5 minutes later.
And it was funny because sometimes it would just come through, like you would think you were being a part of a conversation and you would say something, and then...
Or you would tell a joke, or someone would tell a joke, and I'd laugh, and then they would laugh 5 minutes later, and they're like, what's so funny?
But then everything you said in that 5 minutes had come through in this one continuous stream.
It was so
and
bad.
it wouldn't make sense.
I got really, really annoyed with it.
So I wasn't the first person to talk to you, though,
No.
and try to get to know you, really.
No.
And other people had been like, hey, you need to get cable.
And I was like, yeah, I should. And that was the end of it.
And I didn't really... it was weird because there was just something that made me ask you, hey, I don't have you on MSN Messenger. Remember that?
Yeah, MSN. Holy cow.
That
and I
was
was like, hey.
the days, MSN Messenger, forget Snapchat and,
I don't even think
Instagram.
we had Facebook then,
and...
did we?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I don't think we did. Oh my gosh.
MSN Messenger and AIM were the big things back then, and I remember I was like, hey, I think I knew your name, I guess.
How come I don't have you on MSN? I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me add you. And so I added him, and then we started talking on there, so everyone wouldn't hear our conversation. So we started talking on there, and it just progressively got more and more and more involved, and I don't know. Then we had each other the Skype. Remember Skype?
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
people still
And
use
then I
Skype.
think we were having the problem of you not being able to talk.
Yeah, and that got actually really frustrating because like we liked each other more and more, and like
Yeah, we really
couldn't
wanted to talk.
we couldn't talk, and he's like, you really need to get some cable. And I was like, you know what, I do. And so I went down and got me some cable,
And
and
that's
I
the
paid for it
funniest thing.
myself.
It's the funniest thing because, like I said, I was not the first person
No.
to ask her
No,
to
you
do
weren't.
that. And it was like all her friends were like, "Hey, you got to get cable so you can be more a part of, you can't. It's 2005, man. You can't survive online on 56K dial-up."
Hey, my
What are you
parents were
thinking?
paying for it. Actually, no, I think it was free through the university.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
I would have to pay for it, the cable. And I was like, okay, well, I guess this is worth paying for. And so I went and got some cable, and things were so much better after that.
Yeah, we got to the point actually where it was like, we talked on Skype for hours a day, and then we just like left it.
We
permanently
left
connected.
the Skype connection open literally 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. And then I got it like we just got to know each other a lot better, but let's tell them about the really funny part about where you were doing this presentation.
Wait, but we have to say, first we were talking voice chat, but then we introduced video cameras.
Oh,
But
yeah.
before we did that, this is a really important thing that I think long distance relationships need to do. Get to know the person. I know you can see pictures or whatever, but get to know the person without being
Oh yeah, we
distracted about what they look like and all this, because that's so shallow.
We didn't really see each other for a long time.
No,
Like,
we had no idea, and so you get to know the real person, and that's really important.
I mean, I think we have basic information like, hey, how tall were you? What color hair do you have? Eyes, that kind of thing. But like, I mean, you can draw a mental picture from that. But like, there's so much more. I mean, there's so much more.
And it's better than, sometimes dating in person, because again, you have that distraction of the physical, oh my gosh, she's so cute, like we, really didn't have that. And so we got to like know the real person without being distracted.
and that's the thing. We really like had a lot of in-depth discussions and, get to know each other kind of things. And we were just talking with each other like constantly all the time. And, you were getting frustrated with your school and you had this presentation. And isn't this the class that like the teacher wouldn't like?
It was an accessibility issue, and
Yeah.
back then PowerPoint did not work too good with screen reading
and
software.
they wouldn't help you. And so like,
No.
I did this PowerPoint presentation, helped you out with it. But then what was the other thing I did remotely that was really funny?
Oh, you totally reinstalled my computer.
Yeah.
With Windows. What did you put on it?
It was probably XP back then, wasn't it?
I think so. So, like, you're thousands and thousands of miles away, and you're loading my
Yeah.
computer with stuff.
I just told you to put the CD in the tray.
And I left for school. And so I put the CD in the tray, and I left.
And I upgraded her PC while she was at school remotely using VNC, I think it was actually back then. Which I still use VNC today, actually. If we use it at work with a bunch of clients, and it's like almost the same thing. It's really cool. But anyway, I digress. So I think time progressed on, and I don't even know how it came up at all about meeting. Do you remember how it came up?
No.
I think it was always in the back of our minds as we were talking, and it was such a natural like thing that it just happened. It was like, I don't even remember the discussion. It was just like, and what was weird was you had never really, what's the furthest you've been, like Puerto Rico?
Oh, yeah, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Mexico, I've been, but by myself.
Internationally.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Mom, I'm going to travel on an airplane across the ocean by myself to meet a guy.
Now, I'm actually interested in this because, like, I never really did ask you. I guess because I didn't know your mom back then, really. And, like, what was her reaction to that?
I don't think they even had one. They were just like...
Were they, like, dumbstruck?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Was it like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely what the heck. And I'm going to say this. You were not the first person to ask me to go meet them. And these were people in the same dang state. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. And you asked me to go 1,000 miles across the ocean. I was like, all right.
Like, yeah, all right.
I'm going to get online and look for some plane tickets.
But you also, like, had to go get a new passport.
I did.
And,
I had no passport.
like, all that stuff.
I had to book flights. That was a whole other story about the flights. But, like, it was just crazy.
It was really, really insane. And so then, you know, we'll skip the story about the flights because, you know, if you've ever booked flights and dealt with that, you know what that kind of mess
Basically, my
is.
flight got cancelled.
Yeah. And then, but you made it.
Eventually.
And it was Christmas time, 2005, Christmas, New Year, 2006. You came over.
Yeah.
And you were, was it 2 or 3
originally,
weeks?
I think it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. And so we met at the airport in Manchester.
Yeah. And you know what the first thing you said to me was? Do you remember?
No.
You came up and you went, I'm behind you.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I do.
Hi.
I do remember that. And what on earth possessed me to do that? I think
And you still say that.
Yeah, I
and
do.
every time you say that, that reminds me of that.
And I think I don't know why at all. But what's interesting is when we met, it was like I felt like we were just meeting up again.
Yep.
You know, like
We've been talking literally 24/7 and
Yeah.
like leaving the cameras on and the microphones on, so it's like we were always with each other. And now it's just
yeah, it was. We were just there physically now, and like it wasn't like any different. Well, obviously it was, but you know what I mean, like personality wise and
Yeah,
all
we
that kind
already
of
had
stuff. We had already
seen all
got to know
that.
each other and seen all what we're like and each other's quirks and snoring habits and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
So, you know, it's like it just didn't feel like it didn't feel like we were physically meeting for the first time at all. It was like a natural thing. And then we got
to your
in the
house
car, went to
and-
our house, and like that was that. And then we just hung out.
Had
and
some parties.
Yeah, we had some parties and whatever else. Yeah, it was Christmas, so it was like it was an awesome time. But like we just knew, like I don't know, we just knew that it was gonna blossom into a lot more than that. And so we had a good Christmas and hung out, went to some, you know, bars and pubs and clubs and
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of, you know, what like you do when you're that old, and we just had fun. And then we had a New Year's party. Remember that? That
Yep.
was like, it wasn't the craziest we ever went to or did,
No.
but it was pretty on the level there. It was kind of nuts. But I remember that was the night when I asked you to marry me,
Yep.
and you instantly said, like, it wasn't even
There was no hesitation.
no hesitation. And then we partied on even more through the night. And was that into the second week? You were due to fly back a couple days later, maybe.
I think so, because it's like December
Yeah.
19th,
It was
20th,
very,
something
yeah,
like
yeah. And then, so I think there was all this, I don't want to go back. Like, just, I don't want to. And
Can you imagine that?
But-
Okay, you're in the middle of your school year. You've never been away from your parents, across the world, and like you just don't want to go back. You're just like, I'm not going back. I don't want to go back.
Everyone says that, though, at the end
Yeah,
of
but
the...
yeah.
But
Oh, please don't make me go back. Don't.
yeah, like everyone says that, like at the end of a good vacation, like I
But
don't want to
who
go. But who really
Actually
means it?
does it?
Who does it, and who really actually genuinely means it? You know, that's the thing. But
I meant it, and I did it.
and you called your parents.
I said, I have some news for you. My plane's like due in tomorrow or like the next day, and I'm not coming home. Legally, I was allowed to stay in the UK for 6 months, I think.
Yeah,
So I was like, I'm not gonna come back. Yo, what? No, I don't want to come back. I'm not gonna come back.
and
But you have school. No,
I don't really
can't.
remember this conversation very well with like how this went down.
It went down. I think it was pretty bad, but
I know they didn't like me. Like I was.
Who would?
What
After that?
I know. What did they call me? An enabler?
You
right?
enabled me
I
because
enabled you.
I was sick of school. It was like 4.5, 5 years. I was done. I was burnt out. I couldn't do it, so I didn't go back. I just didn't do it. I actually
quit.
went through with it, and
Yeah.
I didn't go back. And I stayed for until June.
It was June, yeah.
I mean, that is crazy in itself, and that's where we're gonna pause this story. I think, isn't it?
Around about, so we can kind of give a little bit of a spoiler as to what happens next. We came over here for only 3 months.
Yeah.
We got married, and then
June 2006, we
Yeah.
flew back over here.
we got married. Had
There
our
was one slight detail we left out when I came back over here.
well, there was, but we're gonna have to
We're gonna have to make them wait.
make them wait for that if you want to know what that detail was. It's juicy. It's very juicy. Juicy details.
Yes, very juicy
I
details.
know you guys like juicy details, so
I
you
do.
got to subscribe.
Yes, to figure out
Subscribe.
what happens after we came back in June 2006.
Wom, wom, wom. If you can do the math, our oldest daughter is 12.
That's enough.
So yeah, we got married and had our honeymoon, and you applied for a bunch
Well,
of.
we had to hurry our marriage, okay? It was because is only allowed 3 months here.
Yeah, I didn't get a visa. But
No.
we can go over this in another video,
Yeah.
but real quick. It was like time constrained. Like
Yeah, so we had
big
to hurry
time.
up and got married in the courthouse.
Which
June
was actually
26th.
cool.
It
Like-
was kind of cool.
Like,
You didn't have to worry about, what am I going to wear, what flowers I'm going to do, what food am I going to have. No, it's just nice.
yeah, and then it was a day I'll never forget for a lot of reasons. It was a great day, but then like, the saltgrass meal
Yeah.
with like your sister's kids who were like
Screaming.
screaming the whole time. But I think we will pick it up in the next video from then. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because this was just how the long distance relationship portion went. The next is going to be all into the details, and we've got a lot
To make let me cut you off a lot. Make a long distance relationship work. Communication. That is the most important thing, and the biggest only thing you need. Because if you don't have that, I mean, it's just nothing.
Yeah, I mean you gotta talk. You gotta talk a lot. You gotta get to know the person without them physically being in
yeah.
the room, and
Get to know their friends. Get to know their family.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can. But I mean, just communicate. Right?
oh, definitely, and like you can. I don't know what more to say than that. Like, and what's interesting about this is we're not the first. But,
We're not. But
and we know a bunch of people
tons of them, a lot of them,
who try.
and I think most of them actually fail because they don't communicate, or they're missing like a physical aspect of it. And have video cameras. There's I'm not gonna go there, but video cameras, open mics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Use your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. Use your imagination. What do you like to do? Going back to the dating sites and all that kind of stuff. If you want it to work and you are truly meant to be together and you are willing to put the effort in and communicate and get to know the person that you are dating, and you're willing to not give up, the times are going to be tough. I mean, in a long distance relationship, there are going to be, you need that physical aspect of it, but knowing that you're going to be together in the end, and figuring it out like that is going to get you through it.
because at some points it was very hard.
It
I
was.
couldn't wait till December. It was so hard.
It was, and
But it was worth it.
We never ever talked about giving up.
Nope.
That's the thing. It never even was like, oh, should we not do this?
It's too
We
hard.
can't do should we?
I mean, and we're not talking about.
Inspired each other. We encouraged each other. We. And that's how it needs to be. It does need to be positive.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about long distance relationships in a city or in a state. We're talking about
International.
way
Thousands
across,
of miles.
And if we can make that work, I mean, at least if you're in a different state, you maybe could drive over and see someone, but like...
And then you've got all the bureaucratic red tape crap that goes with,
geez.
visas and citizenship.
Well, that's
and...
another 2 videos in itself.
Oh yeah, easy.
Wow.
But yeah, we're gonna cut it here because we're just
I could go on and on.
yeah,
and on.
really. And if you feel like you would like to know more about this kind of thing, more, and I mean, like we said, we could go on.
Yeah, message
comments
us.
down below, message, whatever. Get in contact with us, and yeah, don't forget to check out our channel and for lots of other YouTube videos on lots of other different things. And we also have the Positive Pandemonium podcast. We also have positivepandemonium.com where you can pick up these wicked mugs. I mean, check this out. Look, show yours. See, look. This one is the Stay Positive mug right here. We also have this on shirts. We also have it on hats. We have it on little metal pins. Like, what do you call those?
Pins.
Like dress pins? Just pins?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? Here we got beanie hats, stickers.
I guess anything.
Because
cups, bottles, water bottles thingies.
We gotta stay positive.
Yes.
You
do. In a long distance relationship, you gotta stay positive because it's gonna get tough. It's gonna wear you down sometimes, but you stay positive and trust me, it'll work if it's meant to be. It'll work.
Alrighty, that's it, guys. Check out our Instagram as well, Positive Pandemonium, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.